Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm just going to share some of my opinions why I switched to Figma and stick to it. And I have three reasons why I switched it over Sketch and Adobe XD and other design tools that I was able to use. But before that, I just want to introduce myself. I'm John Harold Diaz. I'm a product designer from Manila, Philippines, and my website is johnharold.com if you want to know more about what I do or what I was able to work on. Although it's not that updated yet, but hopefully it will give you some idea of what I was able to do for the past few years. And to start, I would like to share some disclaimers that this video is not sponsored by Figma and or nobody else sponsored this video. I'm just creating this to give you or maybe be able to help you decide whether if you should consider Figma at all if you're using Sketch and Adobe XD at the moment. And these reasons are based on my needs, personal preferences, and practicality, which can be totally different from yours. I mean, my requirements might be different from yours. What you're working on might be different from mine. So this could be totally different, and what I'm about to share would probably not going to make sense to some of you, but hopefully it will at least give you an idea why it's worth looking at Figma. So this is a point of view of a designer who creates user interfaces for web and mobile. I work within a product team and engineers. And I do create basic and simple graphic design. By that I mean I don't do heavy layers that you can do on Adobe Photoshop, like advanced layering or advanced graphic effects. I just create basic graphic designs. This can be totally different from your needs as well, or from your current work setup or scenario that you're in. But at least if you're curious or looking for some reasons to use or try out, maybe even switch to Figma, or maybe you're simply looking for alternatives, especially for Sketch and Adobe XD, then please continue watching this video. Take note that this is not a deep dive comparison between other softwares, and since I switched to Figma, I wasn't able to test out Adobe XD and Sketch because I was contented to what Figma is doing. But to be fair, I was able to use Sketch and Adobe XD for some time, like maybe more or less than 3 months on a regular basis. This is for work and personal use as well. So as I mentioned earlier, I chose Figma over Sketch and Adobe XD and other design tools. That would be Photoshop, Affinity Designer, and Adobe Illustrator. But mostly I will be focusing, or the comparison that I will be talking about here in this video is mostly Figma versus Sketch and XD. It's mostly high level. Hopefully, again, it will probably help you decide whether you should try or even sell Figma to your boss, your manager, your colleagues, whoever you find it fit, or you're just actually looking for design tool that will also fit your current needs or requirements. So let's go. And the first one would be pricing, of course. Again, I mentioned practicality earlier, and pricing is one of the things that you should consider if you want to be practical, especially nowadays. We're in a lockdown. We need to save money. So here it goes. For the first one, I will be showing you the pricing page of Sketch, which is saying that you have to pay $99 USD after a 30-day trial period, which gives you an app that you can keep forever with 1 year updates, 1 year cloud saving, access to cloud, and a personal cloud workspace. So that means that after a year, it's optional for you to pay another $79 to be able to get another year of app updates from Sketch and continue using their cloud storage. But this is unlimited. The only limitation is time. It's 1 year, and after that you have to pay another $79 if you want to continue receiving updates. And then for the teams, you have to pay another $9 per contributor on a monthly basis, or $100 yearly, or $99. So that goes with the Sketch pricing page. Another one, or the next one, would be XD. So let's go to, this is Adobe XD's pricing page as well. So as you can see, they have free single app, and then the cloud base, or the Creative Cloud suite, wherein you're going to pay $13 Singapore dollars on a monthly basis. That's probably $9.99 in USD and more. So in this pricing page, you can see that you can use XD for free. If you're an individual like me, before they were able to release this out of beta period, Adobe XD, you can share multiple or unlimited number of prototypes. But now, if you're going for a free tier, you can only share one prototype and then one design spec. I'm not sure what exactly the design specs are. As I mentioned earlier, I wasn't able to continue using or trying out XD. But the good thing about XD is that, just a little bit opinion about it, is that if you're coming from Adobe Photoshop, it's easier to learn Adobe XD because the shortcuts very similar to it. But then again, if you're going to collaborate with a team like me, one prototype won't cut it. So that's mostly it. And you have 2 gigabytes of cloud storage, which is probably more than enough if you're going to work on several projects on XD, because XD files is really small. It's not that big. So going forward, let's go to Figma's pricing page, wherein as you can see, the starter pack or the free tier allows you to have 2 editors. That means that you can collaborate with two more designers within 3 projects on a single team. But then again, you have unlimited cloud storage, you have unlimited free viewers, and that means you have unlimited prototypes as well. So if you're like me, and especially if you're a freelancer, this is a very good deal. If you're going to collaborate with other designers and a team of product and engineers, you need this. You're going to need this. And they have $12 for the professional, which will enable you to use a shared theme library. You can browse through the difference of this on your own time, but then again, I'm just focusing mostly on the free tier, wherein it's mostly enough for me. I was able to use it for a year without any problem at all. I can also publish some of the components that I was able to create and work collaboratively with one or two editors on the side. So for round one, or in this comparison, definitely Figma wins over pricing. So another reason would be the hardware and OS requirements of these softwares. So for Sketch, you can only use it in a Mac. That's it. You cannot use it in Windows, or even, of course, in Ubuntu. The Adobe XD, on the other hand, you can use it on Windows, and it's also available in Mac as well, but then again, you can only use it for Mac and Windows. That's good enough, because maybe 70% of worldwide users are using Windows, especially those who are using their machines as well as gaming machine. And for Figma, it's browser based, and you can even run it on an iPad. I was able to try this out, but not that long. Like, mostly I'm using it on my computer. I'm actually using Mac, but then again, if it's browser based, it's pretty simple, straightforward. At the same time, it doesn't require you to install an application to be able to edit some files. So if you're on the go and you don't have any laptop with you, you don't have your machine, in worst cases, your machine broke down, you don't have to panic. You don't have to borrow and install Adobe XD or Sketch for that reason, just to be able to use or edit some files. You can borrow a laptop and then open their browser, and then you can directly edit your files in Figma. So for me, that's practicality as well. It's easier for me to manage my files. It's a lot easier to make sure that your files are saved automatically because it's browser based. I'm not sure if this is already supported by Sketch and XD. I know I should have done more research about it, but then again, I'm just sharing my opinion here. You can comment down below if you're a user of Sketch and XD. Some of the things that I was able to say or is said might be wrong, so please go ahead. I'm not going to delete your comments if you're disagreeing with me. This is again based on what my needs are, and so far it works well with my current setup. So last point of this video would be, everything in Figma is something that I really like. So that would be more on the prototyping, it's dev ready, the plugins that's available, the auto layout feature that they just released this year, or maybe the late last year, and then the simultaneous editing. So in terms of prototyping, when I was able to use Sketch, I have to upload it to InVision to be able to create prototypes. Now I know that what I know so far is that you can already create prototype directly in Sketch without relying on InVision. So dev ready, you don't, in Figma, there's already a code representation of your designed UI, although it's not that accurate, and most of the time if you code CSS as well, you won't be using all of the things that they're going to show you there, especially positioning. But then again, if you want to create a quick mock-up of an element like a button and you want a CSS code for that, you can use Figma and then just click the code or look for the code within Figma. You don't have to use a third-party tool to be able to do that. Although there are available tools like Zeppelin and Avocode, Figma will stand on its own. Then the plugins, as I mentioned, there are a lot of plugins. Although there are plugins as well in Sketch, I wasn't able to maximize those. Some of it are even paid, although there's probably paid plugins as well in Figma. But then again, most of the things that I need are free, and for me that's easy decision to make. And again, practicality. This one, the auto layout, something that Adobe XD and Sketch doesn't have. It's really good, something that you should look at or try it out. Definitely made my life easier. It made it easier. All of these things that I was talking about, it made it easier to create designs and collaborate with other people or with my teammates. So that's why I switched to Figma and why I'm sticking to it, especially now that they had another funding. Probably you already know that. You can search it in the internet how much they got, but that's not the point of this video. And lastly would be that I want to emphasize would be simultaneous editing. Since it's browser based, you can probably collaborate with designers instantly, as long as they have internet. You can create and collaborate designs, and this might not be applicable for everyone, but definitely if you start working with a larger team, it's going to be a lot easier for you to manage your files, because nobody has to pass these files, like master sketch files that I was able to use before. They have this cloud-based storage. Again, this is a video of opinions why I switched to Figma. I'm not saying that I'm correct. I'm not saying that Sketch and XD or Adobe XD is bad. But I hope that with this video I was able to help you understand more what's appealing in using Figma. And that's it. I hope that this video will be helpful to you, or has been helpful to you, hopefully for making decisions and other things as well. Maybe you can share it to your friends, your colleagues, your managers, if you need some kind of reference to use to convince people if they want to switch or use Figma. And thank you for watching. If you like this video, please press that like button and please subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment if you want more videos like this. Hopefully in the future I will be able to upload more and be more better in producing videos like this. And that's it. Thank you for watching again, and bye.